Is it affordable to buy a house anymore today in California or across the 50 United States? Yes and no. It depends on where you are. Really, homeownership in California has gotten way out of range right now. And it, insurance, actually, let's take a look at this real quick. Hidden homeownership costs straining affordability. Insurance premiums have surged 50% since 2020. If you're 100, now you're paying 150 for your insurance. As a matter of fact, it says right here, in the past year, those costs have increased 4.7 on top of groceries, on top of gas, on top of everything else. Homeowners insurance is astronomical. It's almost impossible. Buyers who are already facing affordability challenges in today's market need to understand and budget for the less obvious expense when calculating. Since February 2020, home insurance premiums have risen 48%. That's nearly $2,000 a year on a typical home. Florida has been hit particularly up 72%. Jacksonville has also seen a 72% rise because of the hurricanes. Same thing in California. On top of that, home maintenance has gotten expensive too. Now, you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, you've seen prices kind of contract there. Not really. They're still outrageously expensive, but that's because we got hit with a ton of inflation over the years. And the problem is the average income has not kept pace with all these expenses, all this inflation. And I think it's actually cheaper today to rent instead of buy. Now, could you buy a rental in another state or another city where it's not as crazy expensive? Yes, I have people doing that. I have people buying in Houston and in Austin because it's just more affordable there for them to buy a house, rent it out, and then you get all the write-offs as a business owner. So something to think about. If you want to talk more about it, if you have any comments, put it down below. NAR forecast. Over the weekend, NAR sent out this thing where they have 72% of things about how they're going to show us that they're worth what we pay them. Now, it's not a huge amount. I mean, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. When you go over 2 million agents, they make a ton of money off of us, and it's the second most powerful union in the United States. And I'm not a big union guy. When there's corruption involved, I believe that typical unions, like the trade unions, have a purpose to protect those that are theirs. The NAR doesn't do that. The NAR doesn't take care of what their feature is. Their mission statement is to protect the realtor, the brand, protect the agents, and protect the consumer. And they have not done that. So anyway, forecast. I don't have a problem with the economist, Lawrence Yun. I think they just need to restructure and figure out what they're worth. Just like HOAs, I think they need to figure out what value they bring, because every time I talk to somebody about what an HOA does for them, they just say they just take my money. He says that existing home sales are projected to rise by 14%, and that's by unit, not by price. He says also next year we're going to see a 4% gain in home prices, and that's because rates will come down, inventory will go up. This is all his speculation, right? Mortgage rates have declined modestly around 6%. We're already on target for that for the next testimony. We understand that. As we go into next year, the mortgage rate will be a little bit better. Buyers will see the greatest affordability improvements in regions where housing is robust. Think about it. When there's more supply, there's less demand. If the inventory goes up and demand stays, prices will come down. The problem is we don't have enough housing inventory. We don't have enough new home starts. We don't have enough resale inventory on the market because in 2021, we went down to 2.5%. And 60% of all the mortgage owners have rates down at 2.5 to 3.5%. Why would they move if it's 7 or even 6? I think it's still going to be a friction point for us. In contrast, first-time home buyers continue to face steep challenges, including insurance, including interest rates, including living in the area you choose to live in, because typically income rates are on average lower in a lower income area or a lower home cost area. It just is what it is. The biggest struggle for first-time buyers is finding affordable property, and then many of them struggle to save for a down payment. You know, you got to live below your means, right? And that's it. There's no reason for you to have a $100,000 car if you don't own a house. It doesn't make sense to me. Despite this affordability challenges, use of real estate agents remains strong among blah, blah, blah. Yeah, use a real estate agent. Cupertino House of the Week, an average square foot house for $3 million in Cupertino. Why? Because of the schools, because you're close to Apple, because you're close to all the high-tech jobs. You're just miles away from Facebook, LinkedIn, Apple, you name it. $3 million for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,158 square foot house built in 1970s. And it's on a little tiny lot. That's awesome. Here it is. It's actually in a really great area. This is Deep Cliff Golf Course right here, I think. Yeah, no, this is Deep Cliff. This is another one. This is another 9-hole. Stevens Creek, it's really easy to get to. You can get to it from 85 or 80 off of Foothill Boulevard. And let's take a look inside real quick. Vaulted ceiling, mature landscaping, staged, a little dated kitchen. There's an upstairs loft, it looks like. Maybe that's the office. You could build that into a bedroom if you wanted. And let's see if they did the right thing and give you a floor plan. There you go. So yeah, family room. You can make that into a 4th bedroom if you wanted to. You can just build a wall right there. And then downstairs, you have primary room, living room, kitchen, bathroom. So yeah, you can make this into easily a 4-bedroom. So there you go, Stockelmeyer. Nevada Ave, this is Willow Glen House of the Week. And this is not, I don't understand, $1.5 million. This is a tear down. It's what this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, built in 1933. You're buying the land. Let's take a look inside. It's walking distance to downtown Main Street, which is Lincoln Ave in Willow Glen. Ooh, this is a tear down. I want to see how much this one goes for because yikes. And then luxury home of the week is 85 Fagan Drive. Ladies, get your man to buy this castle because it's not going to last long. This thing's beautiful. 9-bedroom, 8 1/2 bath. 13,000 square feet and on 2 acres. It's built in 1917. It's in the Hillsboro Oak Ridge area in Hillsboro. And let's take a look. Oh, yikes. This is beautiful. You can walk in there. Looks like they put in a new dishwasher because dishwashers never last. If you're thinking about selling your house, download this home inspection checklist. It will help walk you through every nook and cranny of your house to get it fixed up before the inspector comes in so you can present to your buyer a nice clean home inspection report. And nothing crazy is going on outside of the fact that we've made it to $17 billion in revenue in home sales in Santa Clara County. It's crazy. We're one of the most expensive places to live. Santa Clara County is the 2nd most expensive place to live next to San Mateo, but our volume is twice that of San Mateo. It's crazy. Think about it. And right now it costs you $103, $104 for every that's listed on the price there. And so far we've sold 7,400 or in contract. We've had